In life, there are memories that will never leave us.
I like you very much, just as you are.
But sometimes, those memories are suddenly
Bridget!
all we're left with.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Review Next Door. Today I am going to review the movie Bridget Jones, Mad About the Boy, which arrived on Netflix about a couple of months ago. This is the fourth Bridget Jones movies in the Bridget Jones universe, and it stars Renee Zellweger, who is, of course, our favorite girl, Bridget Jones. When I watched this movie, I was expecting a Bridget Jones rom-com, the dry humor with the awkwardness and just kind of cheering on an underdog. But this movie had some heavy parts to it. First of all, she's grieving, and she, in some scenes in the beginning, she sees Mr. Darcy kind of guiding her along in life, and then suddenly there was nothing there about Mr. Darcy at all until the very end. You see him again, and there was some sad moments too.
Sometimes I miss him all of the times.
Can you survive?
I think so.
It's not enough to survive, you've got to live.
Bridget Jones being sad, where she doesn't know how to live life without him. So all these moments were sad, and it wasn't really what I was expecting. I was expecting a rom-com. So this might be the end of, I think, the Bridget Jones's series, because she's found a way in this movie to move on and deal with grief and kind of start over again.
Bridget Jones, it's time to live.
There wasn't a lot of funny moments at all. They tried to do some funny moments.
Miniature Darcy, what's the news?
Where are the ladies with the big...
Hair. Well, they couldn't make it, I'm afraid. They're washing their hair.
All three?
Well, they wash each other's, you see.
But I think it just kind of fell flat because there was just too much stuff going on. Even the stuff with the younger man, the 29-year-old, it just wasn't... There wasn't anything funny about that. They could have maybe put in some more funny things, and it touched on too many topics in the movie. So it touched on moving forward after death of a loved one. It touched upon being a single parent. It touched upon modern dating. It touched upon intergenerational, age-inappropriate love affairs. It touched upon ghosting. And the thing is, with the romance part of it, there was hardly any romance in it, too, because it kind of tried to wrap everything up in one of those romance movies, musical numbers with the younger man. And when they do that, and that's the only way you see the romance, it just kind of loses the audience having a connection to the characters. So I feel a bit gypped. I feel gypped with this movie. I was really looking forward to it because I love Bridget Jones's Diary in the other movies and seeing what she's up to in life. They never really even addressed that, she's 51. They touched on it a little bit, with jokes about the menopause, jokes about being midlife. But I wish that it would have been a bit more Bridget Jones style than something that's heavy, talking about the death. And I get that, that was one of the turning points in the movie, was how can she move forward? But then why bother having this whole romance thing with the 29-year-old? And so when the 29-year-old says a significant line in the movie, I wasn't sad about it. I wasn't mad about it. It didn't even look like Bridget Jones was sad or mad about it either, because we didn't get to feel that connection. And then her other love interest, the other part of the triangle, Mr. Wallaker, who is a science teacher, you can see that there was some conflict between them. And then, suddenly she's volunteering for this class overnight trip. And I wish they kind of investigated that part a bit more so we can see the connection between her and Mr. Wallaker develop. I didn't see it. Where was it? I had no sense at all that I knew he was going to be the love interest. I knew that. There's always had a love triangle in Bridget Jones, but they didn't show it to us throughout the movie. Whereas before, when it was Daniel versus Mr. Darcy, you can see that there was chemistry between them. You knew that they were right together. And this one, it's like suddenly he goes to this bar at the end, and I don't understand how it got there. How did it get there? And it kind of missed that. And I think it missed that because this movie was trying to deal with too many things in it. It should have just stuck to one thing, which is Bridget Jones trying to move on back in the single world and just leave it at that. So I'm very disappointed in this movie. Renee Zellweger, as always, is like the quintessential Bridget Jones. The acting was great. I just have an issue with the storyline. Like, I didn't even feel connected with any of the side characters. In past movies, the side characters in Bridget Jones were top notch. And this one, it felt like a long movie. It was a long movie. It was 2 hours and 5 minutes. It was way too long. And I'm just very disappointed in it. And let's hope they just don't make any more Bridget Jones movies. Like, we don't need to see Bridget Jones as a senior citizen anymore. And I wish they would just have left it with that and, not go through this whole movie.
Oh my god.
Just failed in the romance. It failed in the comedy part of it. And just failed in the whole Bridget Jones universe. So I'm going to give this movie 2 hearts out of 5. I think if you're a Bridget Jones fan like I am and you want to see what happens to her, definitely watch it. But if you're not a Bridget Jones fan, then this movie's not going to draw you in. So that's it for me. Let me know, what was your favorite Bridget Jones's movie? For me, it was Bridget Jones's Diary, the very first one. Hit me up in the comments below, and I'll see you soon.